Welcome everyone to That Stumps, your weekly look at all the highlights from the Sci-Fleet Motors Queensland Premier Cricket Competition. I'm Lee Drennan, and today we also have a special guest. Holly Furling is with me.
Let's get into it. Plenty of games.
Outstanding. Now, Norths were chasing 232, and at one point they were actually 5 for 132 in reply. Nathan McSweeney, really the pick of the batters, along with Josh Brown. They scored 172 not out from McSweeney, 137 for Josh Brown. Some pure shots here.
Decent partnership as well.
Now in the next game, Sandgate travelled up the coast. Sandgate posted a huge total last week, and it was too many, with Mitchell Swepson taking 7 for. Sunshine Coast were bundled out for 141. Have a look at a couple of these wickets. Wrongan, first ball, bowled. And John Turnbull provided some resistance with the bat. This catch from Mitch Swepson removed him. And Bryce Street, angry fast bowler.
How good's the short leg?
Yeah, I love it. Now, Peter Burge Oval, Redlands declared for 420 overnight, and Wynnum got very, very close. Jason Flores, 129. Joel Harrison on debut. He made 120, early wicket to Malenko. Tim Flores, another 6. It's not a shock. Oh, no.
Please tell me who drops this one.
They're pretty tough, those ones diving forward at slip, I think. That's next ball. Didn't really cost us too many. Jason Flores. Huge. And this one really appreciated. Shirt untucked. Simon Malenko loves it, as you can see there. Ipswich Hornets, they battled on for a little bit, getting themselves to 372. Xavier Bartlett with 4 for 50. In reply, it's a Max Bryant 100, Hugo Burden and Scott Colombo all with runs here.
Max Bryant had the sight screen right in his sights.
There it is. A couple of serious straight hits there. This was Bryn Llewellyn. He picked up 4 wickets, and Josh Kahn doing what he does best at the end. Now, that was a drawn game. It probably would have been worth mentioning. This is also a drawn game, actually. Western reply 8 for 268 at the end of the day. Steve McGiffin with the highest score there. That is a prune. Very tough to play. Steve McGiffin nice and straight down the ground. And Nick Sale, he picked up 5 wickets as well. Here's a couple. That is.
This one's straight. Not a drive, though.
No, not a drive. And Jared Sipple as well finished off the innings. He was not out at the end. It's delightful to watch, actually. Now, Peter Easton Oval, Souths eventually declared their innings closed at 8 for 373, allowing James Rosewarne enough time to notch a half century. Nice pull shot off Wildermuth. And slog sweep for 6. Cameron Boyce for the wicket. Now, in reply.
Well, this is what Souths would have wanted. Valley's 4 for 3 and some big wickets.
Big wickets. Pfeffer, Kawaja, and this is Wildermuth. Then they steadied. Godey doesn't mind him there. And Jack Beath, he finished with a score of 68, not out at the end of the day in a drawn game.
It's the first game of the Catherine Raymond Shield T20s. Both teams were undefeated going into this one, but Westies were just a bit too strong for Gold Coast. Grace Harris amongst it with the ball.
No furling on the scorecard, I noticed.
Yeah, it wasn't really my weekend, but Tara Wheeler, awesome on the drives, but it really was Grace Harris's game, and it's not the last time we're going to see her on this reel. This one was also played at Graceville Uni, taking on the Gators. Gators a bit too strong, but some really good scores in this match. You see standard Laura Harris switch hit.
Weekly occurrence.
Jess Bradley amongst the runs as well. Gemma Barsby's first game back, returning from down south.
And then Tess Cooper and Georgia Bowl, they took care of the run chase with 3 overs to spare.
We move up the coast. Sunshine Coast taking on the Ipswich Hornets. A really close game, this one, but the Hornets won by 6 runs. We see the Johnston girls once again going at it. Plenty of big hits from both Ruth and Ellie. That one's just smashed.
Oh, stumping involved. That is Michaela Wrigley as well as the wicket keeper there. And here's another stumping to Kira Holmes. Do look after the keepers on this show.
This one was also up the coast. Valley's taking on Wynnum. Valley's all too strong with Charlie Knott once again starting to tee off. Really good shot here from her. Lots of power.
This is how she was dismissed. Look at this. Fingers pointing up with gloves on. Rarely seen. Effective though.
And here we go. Have a look at this one. That is nightmare. Don't run on a misfield.
Yeah, it's golden rule.
Back to Graceville West taking on the Gators. It was not a good day to be a bowler. Grace Harris 162 and Tess Cooper dismissed on 99.
They are huge scores. And that's a huge 6.
It was just absolute carnage from Grace Harris. Plenty of these ended up on the clubhouse roof.
Stumping, they always go in. That's Cooper. And what about umpire's sense of occasion? Let her get 100.
Nothing worse than falling short of 3 figures. Uni taking on the Dolphins. The Dolphins far too strong. Laura Harris missed out on a score in this game.
Yeah, this is serious stumping too. Georgia Redmayne, great hands. And,
Emma Jackson launches one. Another couple of wickets. But really, Redmayne and Tara Wheeler had this front chase under control.
yeah, they've done it quite easy in the end, haven't they? None down. Shots like that help.
To the coast, Sunshine Coast took on Valleys. Valleys all too strong. The state players dominated in this one. Mick Hinkley, 94 not out, and Charlie Knott and Georgia Prestwich dominated with the ball.
Lucy Hamilton actually took 2 wickets and 2 balls in the 18th over.
Took a bit of momentum into batting innings, but Prestwich are not too good. In the final match, Ipswich taking on Wynnum.
And Chelsea Gann, she continued to bolster her season run tally with 66 not out here.
Using the depth and width of her crease really well here. And here as well.
Early loss there of Ellie Johnston.
Ruth Johnston's smooth sailing from now.
And Kira Holmes finishes our video with a massive blow. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this week's episode of That Stumps. It's brought to you by Queensland Premier Cricket sponsors Sci-Fleet Motors, Bulls Masters, Kookaburra and Frogbox.